How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day. But you know what? It is the weekend. You don't have to worry about the market conditions. Well, you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. Why did it get so hot in the baseball stadium after the game? Because all the fans left. Get it? Fans. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN. I'm going to talk about how it performed on Friday. We were able to close above $7. You guys know how much I love that. And also I'm going to be sharing some more details, especially since we're going to be going into next week expecting a big time decision. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support, and we also want to know resistance going into Monday. We're looking forward to seeing a lot of anticipation, and those levels to keep an eye on is essential. And then we're going to be going on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. We want to know, are shorts increasing their positions? This is very important because it does contribute to the volatility that we see inside of the stock. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. What do we want to see? Are institutions loading up on shares? Are we seeing any loading up being done on the retail side? We're going to be figuring that all out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at $7.07, being down 0.28%. On the low, it tested $7.01, and then on the high, testing $7.37. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 10.404 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 12.097 million shares. So you could see overall, in general, we did have below average volume on the day, but we ended up seeing a high of 737. But now when we take a look at a chart, which is the 1 year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is right around 47.50. And then when we take a look at what's happening here on our chart, unfortunately, we are below all of our major moving averages. But one thing to keep in mind, and what I was looking for, was us be able to hold up this $7 level, and we did exactly that to end the Friday. So as far as going into next week, I feel it's going to be very interesting with the decision. So one thing that we saw clearly, we ended up testing a high of $7.37 on the Friday. So I would love to see us actually have some momentum above this area going into the Monday, and hopefully it'd be great to see if we can reclaim the 100-day at $7.53 and then get some momentum from there. Again, I'm counting on seeing some FOMO buying coming in. Now, as far as where we tested on the low, right at $7, I would love to see this area continue to hold until we get that decision. There is a possibility where it can pull back, but one thing we have realized, there have been many who have been taking advantage of the dip, and it's part of the reasons why we were in the sixes previously, and now we're looking comfortable inside of the 7. So let's see what happens going into Monday, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this stock run up even further. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So what we have most recently as of late, we have a filing for October the 8th, which was a Friday that just passed, from Golden Green Inc. that closed out their positions, as you can see here. But then when we take a look at the previous, back near the ending of September, we had a lot of institutions that put in filings for loading up on shares. So now when we take a look at the short interest, taking a look at the dark pool short volume ratio being at 54.30 and the dark pool short volume being at just over 2.8 million. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 40,000 updated 29 minutes minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate being at 2.71%. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 7th, which was Thursday, was at 51.19, and then the close for the Friday, which was yesterday, being at 54.30. So OCGN does continue to have short squeeze potential, but this also does tell us that there's a lot of negative market sentiment around the stock. And of course, everything is dependent on this catalyst in regards to the EUL. And I know many of you are not too surprised about this either. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we can see here on the inflows at 14,960, and then on the outflow it was 14,202. When we take a look at the breakdown, we had 0 on the large for both. On the medium we had 9,920, and then on the small we had 5,040. When we take a look at the outflow side, you can see on the medium it was 9,602, and then on the small we had 4,600. So taking these numbers into consideration, there was a lot of buying on the retail side. Of course, we have some FOMO anticipation for next week, and we also did see a surplus on the inflow side when it came to the medium. But of course, we did see there was a lot of profit taking on the day, because we saw OCGN did make a spike going to like 737 and then selling off afterwards. Now, when we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, of course, you can see 0 for October the 8th, which was yesterday, but we already confirmed that when we took a look at the breakdown and looked at there was 0 on the large scale orders. So this is just one of the things that I want to make sure you guys keep in mind. There was a lot of profit taking. We saw OCGN was trading below $7, and then when you see that strong pop when it went to 737 in the morning, I really wanted to see it go further, but again, the selling pressure ended up outweighing it. But for the most part, we still did see a lot of purchasing on the retail side, so there is still demand for OCGN shares. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, I cannot wait for Monday, and as well for the week overall in general. Yes, I know when the markets are closed over the weekend, many of you do not like this. Hey, I'm on the same boat, but again, at least we have the opportunity to relax, right? But anyways, what I want to see from OCGN, I want us to hold up that $7 level, especially since we're looking forward to getting some sort of news on Tuesday or Wednesday. Remember, who said to hear back within a week? But of course, this could be on the Thursday, it could be on the Wednesday, it could be on the Friday, but I'm just hoping it is before October the 15th, because I know many of you have call options open as well. Now, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, of course, we can see OCGN does continue to have short squeeze potential, but we also do realize that shorts are doubling down. There's a lot of negative market sentiment around this play, and it's no surprise because it's very dependent on a big time catalyst, like I was saying, the EUL. So that's just one thing you want to keep in mind if you're inside of this play. There's going to be a lot of risk involved, and I just want to make sure you manage it so you can keep your sanity. I myself, I have high conviction. I've done my homework. I've done my due diligence. So this is part of the reasons why I don't mind holding my position. So here's some interesting things that I want you guys to know about if you don't know about it already, is that the US has come out and said, hey, they're going to be accepting international travelers that have the C19 vaccine with WHO approval. So this will be key. So that means for covaxin, if it ends up getting that EUL, which is getting that WHO approval, then that means anyone who has had the covaxin vaccine in India will be able to travel to the United States. That is definitely going to be a great look there. And it's also great for ocugen, because remember, they're trying to launch in the US and as well as in Canada. So again, this is part of the reasons why you want to keep your ears to the street, because this can work out very well. And I feel like it can have an impact on the stock, especially if we get that EUL. And then also an interesting fact for the malaria vaccine that WHO just approved, guess who was working on that project, who's behind the development? Bharat Biotech. So again, we just need WHO to say, well, you know what? We're cool with the malaria. You know what? We approve it. And you know what? Covaxin will be next. That's what I want to hear. I'm not saying that's what already happened already, but you guys can see I'm excited. I'm I'm looking forward to this. I know many of you are looking forward to it as well. So as far as anyone who's going to be trading inside of this play, hey, this might be a good opportunity for you. There's going to be a lot of volatility leading up, but I'm going to make sure to be transparent with you guys. I got my calls. I got some shares. I'm trying to see this baby run up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait for Monday, and we'll be talking real soon.